If you are into self-help, you might have heard about Ankur Warikoo. He's an entrepreneur and he creates content around self-help, career guidance and personal finance. His books are becoming really famous lately, and that is why I decided to read all four of them back to back and even tried applying the lessons mentioned in the book in my own life. And because I have read many great books, I thought I would read these and tell you which one are worth reading and which one you might want to skip. So let's get started. Do Epic Shit is the first book he wrote, and in this book Ankur Warikoo has mentioned that there are three relationships that determine whatever happens to us in our lives. It is the relationship with money, the relationship we share with time, and our relationship with ourselves. The one thing which I really like about Ankur's book is that he is very honest and open in his writing. Like in this book also, he has started this book by telling us that you will not find anything new about this book, and all the advice which he has shared is already present. So in his own words, this book serves as a reminder and not anything new. Now the good thing about this book is that number one, it is in small readable format. That means this book is divided into various chapters and you can get back to any chapter in any order. It is not in a specific order, and that is what makes it stand out from other traditional self-help books. Other than that, I find this book very readable and very relatable. If you are someone who is new to self-help, new to reading, then I think this book is a very good starting point because it has most of the advice which you will find in other books, and it is also in a interesting and a good manner. The next pro which I found about this book is that Ankur has written it in a form of a conversation with you. So it will not feel like a generic advice, or it will not feel like someone very unusual is giving you some advice. It will feel like someone who is related to you or someone which you can understand is talking to you. So that is the good thing which I found about this book. Now let's mention some cons of this book. Number one, as Ankur has already mentioned in this book, that this is a generic book and you will not find anything new. It is a general self-help book with the same advice which you might have heard in your podcast or in other normal self-help books. So that is the number one thing which you should keep in mind before buying it. The second would be that if you're someone who relies heavily on data or heavily on deep research and you want those facts to be mentioned around whatever is mentioned in this book, then this is not good for you, because most of the things mentioned in this book surrounds around intuition or from personal stories. So if you like that, then you should definitely read it. If you are not into that, then this book is not for you. And lastly, what I would like to mention is that this book is personally targeted to young people and basically those who are starting out and who don't have much experience into reading. For them it is good, but if you are someone who has read a lot of books, already has spent a lot of time, want something new out of this, then sorry, you wouldn't be getting anything out of this. Otherwise, I would say it's a good read. Okay, now moving on to the next book, which is Get Epic Shit Done. This is the second book in this series, and for me this book really stood out because it is written in a very unique and interesting manner. In this book, it is basically a conversation between a teacher and a student, and total 36 different questions are being answered. These questions are categorized into four categories, which is managing life, managing people around you, managing your career, and managing yourself. Now the good thing about this book is that it is written in a very calm and a very reflective manner. So when you will read it, you will not feel like you are being lectured, but you will feel like someone is guiding you through that book. And this is one good thing which you will find about this book. The second would be that this book is written around the Indian context, and there will be many relatable stories which you will find in this book which surrounds the culture which is present in India. So as an Indian and reading this book, you will find it very relatable and very helpful. On the other hand, some people might not appreciate the compact format of this book because they might feel that most of the advice given is on the surface, and they might want to have a deep understanding of the concepts which are mentioned in a very easy manner in this book. On the other hand, just like the previous book, this book is also written for young professionals and people just starting out reading, and it will help them more compared to those people who already have years of experience. Now the third book in the series is this one, which is Make Epic Money, and in this book Ankur tries to make money simple, and basically he wants to guide everyone on how they can make more money, they can understand their relationship with money, and basically this book wanted to serve as a financial advice for young individuals. But personally this book didn't stand out for me, so I'll be explaining you what worked, what didn't work, and whether you should read it or not. Now just like his previous books, in this book also he has written everything in small bite-sized chapters. So if you are not very much interested in reading the whole book at once, you can pick one chapter, learn a new concept and apply that in your own life. The next good thing which you might find about this book is that it is Indian centric, and as an Indian you want to learn about finance, this book will serve as a good guidance for you. And other thing would be that this book aims at making finance accessible and simple, because finance is one field which is very confusing. So this book aims at reducing that confusion and giving you a basic framework of how money works. Now the main reason I was not impressed with this book is because this seems too oversimplified for a topic as deep as finance. Now I understand that he wants to make money simplified, but for a topic like asset management, risk management and taxes, I think that it is very difficult to fully trust the writer if the information is surface level and there is not much data to back it up. Now the last book I'm going to talk about is this one, which is Build Epic Career, and this is the latest book which he has written, and this one is my personal favorite because I found this book to be very good, and Ankur has done an excellent work in simplifying a very diverse and complex topic of choosing a career, building a career, how you can do better, what habits you should build, the role of your parents, the habits which you should adopt. All these things are present in this book, and they will really help anyone who is whether confused or who is already in his journey of making a career. I think this book serves as a good reminder as well as a good starting point. Other than that, I found an interesting part, which is that after each chapter there is a different section called Epic Journey, where real people have shared their own journey of whether they have done a career transition or how they grew in their specific field. So if you're someone who is confused about your own choices or who wants to make a shift, you will find many relatable stories in this book. Also at the end of the book, Ankur has attached sheets and other tasks which you can do to improve your own understanding of yourself and what you want to do. So that is why out of all these 4 books, I found that this book has been really interesting, and personally it has been my favorite. Now, like any other book, there will be some people who would find this book to be a waste of time because of maybe lack of depth, or maybe because of the fact that this book is also aimed at people who are just starting out, who are confused, and not for those who already have a business or are already very deep into their field. So this was my honest review of all the 4 books written by Ankur Warikoo. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and if you like this one, I'm sure you will like this other video where I will talk about top 5 books which might change your life. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon.